Hey folks, this is Kalani. Working your way through Torghast this week might be a little different and potentially quite a bit easier depending on what class you're playing and of course how lucky you are with Anima powers. This week is different because there is a special event going on called the Beasts of Prodigum. New Anima powers that let you summon a permanent pet in your Torghast runs can be found only while this event lasts, so let's have a chat about what's different, how it can change your Torghast runs, and whether it's actually worth paying attention to or not. Before we jump in, be sure to pop by our live stream sometime over at twitch.tv/KalaniTV. We stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday, and we always love chatting with you wonderful folks, so I hope to see you soon. During this event, the very first Anima power you get at the start of any Torghast run will give you some additional options. You get two normal choices from their typical list of powers, but then there are two different Beast Anima powers which will summon a faithful companion that will follow you and help you for the rest of your run. There are three different beasts total. One will tank and periodically stun enemies, one will cast an AoE silence every so often. This one seems to be very useful indeed if you yourself don't have access to some good interrupts, and the last one will buff your party. That buff is actually a 30% haste increase, so a free bloodlust, about every 45 seconds for 12 seconds. If you don't want anything to do with these beasts whatsoever, you can just pick a normal option and move on, but if you want to play with the special event options, pick the beast that you think works best for you. The buff one tends to work for almost anyone, so that's a good all-rounder, and keep an eye out for some special Anima powers that will buff up your new pet. If you have a beast with you, every Anima power you pick up has a chance to contain a special beast Anima option. These range from increasing the damage of your beast, increasing the health of your beast, allowing your beast to deal AoE damage, granting extra buffs like party-wide movement speed, and there's even one power that causes your beast to explode when it dies, dealing 50% of its max health to everything around it and stunning them for 3 seconds. That one can end up being rather explosive, if you know what I mean. Now, when I say your beasts die, I really mean it just runs out of health. Whenever your beast takes too much damage and would die, it gets stunned and starts to regen health over time. When it gets to full health, it perks up again and it's ready for a new fight. Your beast will never actually die, so don't worry about funneling all of your Anima into something that can disappear. Your beast will be with you until you finish Torghast or just leave your current run. Now you may be thinking, alright, awesome, we can make this work, we can have some fun with this, we can maybe soup up this beast and create a monster if we get enough Anima powers, and the perfect place to get lots of Anima powers is the Twisting Corridors. 18 floors means 3 times the Anima powers, right? That means 3 times the power for my beast. Well, it might, except for the fact that for some reason this special event doesn't cross on over into the Twisting Corridors section of Torghast. It's only available for the normal wings, the ones where you can collect Soul Ash as a reward. So even though these events have some potential, and they do change things up in some unique and interesting ways, the Twisting Corridors won't be included for some strange reason. Sadly, this means nothing will really change in the Twisting Corridors, and any future events, no matter how fun they might end up being, might not be available to play in the Twisting Corridors either. Personally, I think that's a bit of a shame, and maybe a big mistake. I know I'd love the dev team to apply special events to all of Torghast, not just the normal 2 wings, to really give us something to be excited about. I like the idea of this special event in general, but I am quite disappointed in the overall execution. The main pain points are the lack of interesting beast Anima powers and the fact that it's random whether or not you actually get to see those powers. If you get the interesting beast powers, you can turn your beast into a hard carry machine, but there's only really 2 or 3 actually powerful options you can find. The rest are just kind of whatever, which is disappointing because you have to choose between powering yourself up with Anima or powering up your beast. There's also an element of RNG with Anima powers, as you might expect from Torghast, but even if you want to try and hard focus your beast, regardless of whether it might not be ideal, you might not get that many beast powers to choose from. You could complete your entire Torghast run and only see a couple beast related powers if you get unlucky, which makes me wonder why the event doesn't just replace all of your Anima power choices with beast related choices if you choose a beast power at the very start. That could really change things up, but it doesn't really work all too well at the moment. I'm also kind of surprised that there are no beast anima powers available from the broker vendors, like literally nothing, so all of your phantasma will be used on powering yourself up instead of your beast, and you don't really have a choice about that. I think event specific powers should pop up on the broker vendors as well, so you can really go all in on a special event's unique effect if that's what you want to do. There's also the fact that right now, powering yourself up also seems to be the more reliable option because so many of the current beast anima powers are just dead weight, which makes them feel like a waste of an anima orb. With powering yourself up being more reliable, ignoring the beast special event completely will probably lead to a smoother Torghast run overall, which definitely isn't what I would think a special event should feel like. These events should be something to look forward to. Build a crazy Maw beast and let it tear everything to shreds. Let it go crazy. Why not? You should also look back at these events with fondness, wishing that you could experience the sheer awesomeness that it was again, and getting really excited when they pop back around. Picking a beast at the start should get you excited for how you can upgrade it, not make you worry that it's going to hamper your run. Torghast is most fun when you get to go crazy, when things are just absolutely insane, not when you struggle to make it through a floor. So these special events should really make Torghast wings easier by giving you some overpowered options, and that's completely fine. It looks like we won't be getting these events very often, so they should be impactful when they are active. Speaking of which, this event seems to be one of 3 that have already been planned. One of the other events lets you turn into a Dead Soul Chorus, giving you new abilities and anima options. Hopefully that one turns out way better than this beast event. The third event is all about playing without being able to see. You can make your screen entirely black and get huge combat bonuses while not being able to see where you're going. That one sounds like it has some fun potential at least, but we'll have to wait and see when it becomes available for play. The first time we'll see the Chorus of Dead Souls event is February 10th, and the Unbridled Darkness event will appear on March 10th. You can also see that there's going to be about 3 months before each event comes back around. We won't see the Beasts event again until April, for example, so they really should knock our socks off when they're up. All in all, I think special weekly events for Torghast could really liven things up. Nothing else has been introduced that really changes up your Torghast gameplay from week to week, so having something to look forward to that makes your weekly runs at least a bit different and interesting is for sure a good thing. Right now, this event doesn't quite seem to hit the mark for me. It has some awesome potential, and I think having an extra pet could do wonders for some classes, especially those who struggle when they have to tank the hits, but the overall excitement and power of these beast-specific options is fairly low, especially when they are in direct competition to all of the other anima powers in the tower. If the beast powers were additional options, or better anima powers were introduced, or you got more anima powers with a beast in tow, something to spice things up a bit, I think that will go a long way to adding to the fun factor in Torghast, because right now things are definitely getting a bit stale in the Tower of the Damned, and this event doesn't do too much to fix that. I also think the event should carry over into Twisted Corridors. I don't really understand why they wouldn't. That's supposed to be the do-it-for-fun wing of Torghast anyway, right? Why not throw in the events and make it even more fun? Now, before we wrap this up, there is something else that's new in Torghast, and I'm not too sure if it's only going to happen during an event, but it certainly started appearing after this event became active. You now have a chance to find lost dredges through your Torghast runs, which are kind of like a treasure goblin from Diablo 3. They do seem to be quite rare, so I wouldn't be surprised if you haven't come across one yet, but if you attack these dredges, they'll run away and try to open an escape portal. If you keep poking them, they'll drop Phantasma, and eventually they'll drop an Anima orb as well. But the fun doesn't stop there. If you have a Ravenous Anima cell, the one that costs 250 Phantasma from a broker, and that allows you to insta-kill a mob to get a specific Anima cell, you know the ones. You pick it up, you never use it, forget about it. But if you use that on one of these lost dredges, there is a chance for a special portal to appear. If you hop through that portal, you'll find a room full of breakable urns with quite a few Anima orbs as well. With finding a dredger being kind of rare and the portal not being a 100% chance of appearing from what we understand, finding that secret urn room is definitely going to be hard, but at least you know, if you come across one of these lost dredges, there is a chance of getting some very shiny power boosts for your Torghast run. I love little things like this that change your runs and get you excited when you see it just out of nowhere. Oh my gosh, a treasure goblin, let's go. Now, if only those events could kick it up a notch, would be in a good spot. It's just a shame that the vast majority of players will also only run Torghast twice a week, so the chances of seeing these little fellas is probably super low. But that's it for this video. What do you think of the new special weekly event in Torghast? Have you played around with the beast powers yet? Did you create an unstoppable monster, or did your beast just end up dragging you down? How do you feel about Torghast in general at this point in the expansion? Are you still enjoying it? Are you going through the twisting corridors, or has it just become another weekly chore to get done? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to come chat, hang out, maybe run a couple dungeons with us, you can find us over at twitch.tv/KalaniTV. We stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday, and watching the stream and coming to say hi is one of the best ways you can support the channel right now. And if you ever wanted to be included in the long list of names at the end of every video, a subscription on Twitch is the easiest way to make that happen. You get a free sub to any Twitch channel if you have Amazon Prime too, so be sure to take advantage of that. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and to our subscribers on Twitch. You can see the names floating by on screen. If you want to join these lovely guys and gals, well, now you know how. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. But apart from that, thanks for watching, folks. Good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.